What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's daily market recap. I'm going to break down my trades from today. I'm going to tell you right now, today was choppy. I'm a little bit frustrated. I kind of am walking away on a little bit of a sour note. I peaked today at about $12,000 of profit, and I've dipped down to sitting at $8,000 right now, which is giving back a little bit more than I'd like. Giving back 10%, giving back 20%, but now, creeping in on 30% plus, that's a little much. And my last three trades I had three losing trades. Well, I was not quite three losing trades in a row, but I had two bigger losses, a tiny winner, and then another loss. And I just felt like, man, I'm moving in the wrong direction, and that's where a little bit of stubbornness can set in. And I did take a couple more trades, and I was like, you know what? Those were close calls. Hands off the keyboard. It's time to walk away. That self-control can be really hard. And I wish I'd walked away just a smidge sooner today, but look at GV. Look at this thing. This is so choppy here. This is the one that's forcing me to walk away. Granted, I'm up $11,000 on the stock. I shouldn't complain too much, but this is tempting for me to buy right here for the break through the high. The problem is I keep taking that trade, and look what happens. We keep getting this knife back down. So right there, that was my last trade. I got in down here at about 658, 660. So I didn't lose on it, but it was a close call because all of a sudden it knifes all the way back down. Now it comes back up again. It's tempting to get back in. I feel like I've got the right idea on it, but I've taken multiple stabs on it, and I am just not moving in the right direction. So, for whatever reason, this one's a little bit more difficult. We could speculate on what those reasons might be. Number one, it doesn't have fresh news today. It's continuation from news yesterday. The float is controlled by a relatively small percentage of people because insiders have large stakes. So it's going to be a stock that if any of them decide to sell, and we won't know until after they've sold, they could create some big candle wicks to the downside. So, it's speculation because we don't know. But on the one hand, I could totally see this ripping through 7 and halting up and giving us some really nice action. And on the other hand, I have to respect, my downside risk. And I gave back a little profit on GV, and I also took a loss on SCNX. And that combined just puts me where I don't feel like I'm in the driver's seat anymore. Now I feel like I've got to go on the defense. And on any one of these trades, if I jump in this, so let's say I jump in this right here, right? Let's say I just jumped in that at 680. Whoa, hold on to your hats. What am I seeing? Is that 740? No, it's 640. See, this is what I'm saying, guys. Once a stock has shown a tendency to do this, it just keeps doing it. And it's so freaking annoying. It is so annoying because it just keeps rejecting. So, you could buy dips, but even then, it's just like, you could just give up. Just give up. So I submit. I'm giving up. I'm grateful to be green on it. And you know what? I'm grateful to be green on the day. I'm up $8,284.34. It's a good day. 12,000, yeah, would have been a little better, but the glass is still pretty darn full today. I've got to be grateful for that. When you're no longer grateful, that's when you start getting sloppy. So GV, all right, let's break it down. Where was my first trade today? Okay, so let's back this up. Now, of course, those of you guys who have been doing a 2-week trial or who are already full-fledged members at Warrior Trading, you already know because you watched all these trades live. I'll put a link for the 2-week trial in the description, and I'll pin it to the top comment so you guys can check it out if you're interested. It's 2 weeks for $20. And during that trial, you don't just get access to my broadcast. You actually get to use this same software. You have it on your local machine, so you can use the scanners. You can customize them the way you like it. You've got the charts. You've got the news feed. And you can go through some of the classes that I have as well. So anyways, so my first trade on GV was right here at 7 a.m. And right away, this sort of set the tone for the day. I made $1,100 on it, but boy, that was choppy. Sort of popped up, dropped back down, was not clean. So that was my first trade, 7 a.m. Second trade of the day, I got in at 6:15. I bought the dip. This was as it started to curl up right here. So we got this pop up, we got this pullback. I got in, sorry, it was right around here, 6:15 as we started to break away. And we got a nice squeeze up to 640, pulls back, and then a nice rally here. And that was where I made most of my profit for the whole day. In fact, I actually would have more money in my pocket if I had stopped trading at 7:30 this morning. But, that's not the case most days. That just happened to be the case today. So then it sold off pretty hard after that peak right up here. So we got a peak up to 720, and then we dip back down here pretty hard. We come back up. I wasn't interested in that. We pull back. We come back up again. Wasn't interested in that. We come back up again. I took this trade here, and I lost on it. It didn't pull away through the pre-market highs. It rejected. So it gave back a little profit on that. And then I had a couple trades here at the open where I kept trying to time that breakout and where I struggled. And look at that. Now it's halted down. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. So I'm glad I had the discipline to pull myself away from it when I did, because that could have sent me from green on the day to red easily. So then after that, I was just sort of looking for something else to trade, and we had SCNX that popped up. Now, SCNX had news out this morning launching this medication, life-saving opiate overdose emergency treatment, kind of thing. And we've seen these before. This is not like the first time we've ever seen that. Anyways, so on this one, it initially pops up here. What's going on my chart? It initially pops up here, then it pulls back. And I bought as it rallies back up, and I got in 20,000 shares, and I was up 15 cents a share, and I held. I was like, here we go. And then in an instant, it was back down, and I had to stop out. Was able to stop out flat, but that was annoying. And then it comes back up again, and at the open right here, I took another trade on it, and it flushed on me a second time, and I lost $2,700. So, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I shouldn't have gone back for it. That was kind of dumb on my part. The reason I went back for it was because it finally started to seem like it was pulling away, but it faked me out. And then when I saw TNXP hitting my scanners, I was like, man, it's too expensive. The spreads are too big. I can't trust it. Of course it goes higher, but you know what? I just felt like I couldn't take the risk today, and it was the right move for me to be a bit more cautious. So I'm a little disappointed that I gave back a little profit off the top today. Looking at where I'm sitting on the week right now, I think, what was it? Monday was a slow day. Tuesday, I hit my $20,000 hot market daily goal. And then yesterday, Wednesday, now I can't even remember. See, and this is kind of the nice thing. I literally can't remember how much I made yesterday. And that speaks to how quickly wins and losses can be water under the bridge. It's like, all right, well, it's over, move on. So I made however much I made yesterday, but I don't think it was a particularly strong day. And now today's another sort of smaller day. So all of that is to say, I'm not getting a big cushion on the month of March. So I'm building a little profit, still green days, but I feel like I've got to be a little bit more conservative, just kind of keep it a little tight and avoid putting myself in a situation where I could suddenly have a big drawdown. So I'm green on the month for sure, certainly over 30,000, because I had a $10,000 day on Monday and a $20,000 day on Tuesday. So that was 30,000 there. And then Wednesday, I don't remember. And then today's 8. So at least 38,000 on the month. And must be a little bit more than that. So, making progress, building that cushion, but not as exciting as the first week of February, when things were just crazy strong. So this is the thing, though. The market is cyclical. We have hot cycles and cold cycles. So you got to trade through the cold cycles, because if you don't, you're going to miss the beginning of when things get hot. So I'm here. I show up every single day, whether it's hot or cold. And when it's colder, I grind on smaller numbers. And then when it heats up again, I'm ready to put, my pedal to the metal and get aggressive. So let's see. So that's right. So I just imported my trades. So yesterday was $1,600. I only took one trade or two trades on one stock. So yeah, yesterday was super slow. But that's just the way it is. Look, there was a slow day back here, a slow day back here, and the next thing you know, there's some big green days. It just all comes down to what we've got for action. And GV could have potentially been, a $20,000, $30,000 day, but unfortunately, there were just too many sellers. So, all right, that was that one stock. Maybe tomorrow we'll have one that looks better. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be Monday or Tuesday. But you know what? Doesn't matter. I'm going to show up every single day, because that's the way I trade. I show up every day. I trade what's in front of me. I throttle back when the market's a little colder, reduce the size, reduce the number of trades I take, just try to build my cushion. Each day, I'm trying to build my cushion. And so the thing was today, once I was up $10,000 on GV, I felt comfortable buying 20,000 shares of SCNX or whatever it was. And if that had worked, next thing you know, I could be up 15, 20 grand on the day. It didn't work. And that's when I was like, uh-oh, okay, now I got to be a little more careful. And then I had a couple losses in a row and I dropped down to 8,000 and it's like, okay, you know what? Today could have gone to 15, 20 and it's going the other way. I gotta get out while the going's good. So that's the way I approach it. And I just try to keep those losses really tight. Trading is not about not losing. You will still lose. It's about knowing when to walk away, keeping your losses as tight as possible. And when you have the good fortune of having a hot day, trying to squeeze as much out of it as you can. So that's where I sit right here. This is going to be a short recap. I will put links to a couple of the other uploads that I've recently posted on YouTube for you guys to check out. So I'll put them here and here. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll remind you, as always, trading is risky. My results aren't typical. So please manage your risk, take it slow. And I'll see you back here bright and early Friday morning. I'll be live streaming 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for members at Warrior Trading. Okay, I'll see you guys in the morning.